You're welcome back. Following rising tensions in Anambra State, and after earlier shutdown linked to sit-at-home enforcement, Governor Chukwuma Soludo renewed his long-standing plan to refurbish the aging Onitsha Main Market, citing its deteriorating condition and declining commercial appeal. According to the governor, painful but necessary reconstruction would reposition the market to international standards. But before the demolition commenced, affected traders moved swiftly to court, arguing that the process would cause significant hardship and financial loss. The court subsequently ordered all parties to maintain the status quo pending further hearing. However, on the 1st of March, the demolition began, and this has sparked agitation, controversy, and questions about the rule of law. Could this be framed as strong leadership or executive overreach, where the specific areas demolished the same area covered by the court order? If a compensatory framework exists, why are traders still alarmed? To enlighten us on the state of event in Anambra State, I am pleased to be joined by Sir Chuka Nabife. He's Managing Director of Anambra State Civic and Social Reformation Office, Fellow of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, and also an author of 6 books. Mr. Chuka, welcome to the Eastern Business Report.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chuka. Welcome to the Eastern Business Report.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to the demolition, right, let us start with the sit-at-home order. It's now a trend that every new week we get to see that Anambra State has shut down a market. We got informed, it was reported that the Nkwobe market was also shut down for this whole week. Is there another procedure or another way to get this traders comply without shutting down the market that the government can undertake, rather than shutting down, market every week? It's now a trend.
It's not a trend, but what happens is that a state doesn't sit back and allow people, for whatever their intention are, to take over the social space. A state exists for it to be able to give order and give people opportunities to do their businesses and live peacefully and orderly.
Okay.
So it's not a trend, but the state has given a directive that every state, in every market in the state, in every office, it's not only markets, in schools, in every hospital, on every motor park,
yes,
people should be at work on Monday. You don't need to drum about it. You understand? It's very clear that Monday is a work day. For those who are employees who are being paid, they are being paid for that day. For those who do services that help those who work, they should also provide services, because if the transporter doesn't work, the man who commutes to work will have a problem. So it is with the market.
okay.
A market is a social space controlled and operated under the law of a state, under the law of a local government, under the law of the federal government, depending on which one applies in any given location. If you now want to farm it out, if any group, because they have the privilege of running a market, or because they have the privilege of being in the helm of affairs in the market at a given time, decide to turn it to their own ill purpose for their ignoble direction. No, it behoves on the state to also bring them back to order. Nkwobe market did not open as agreed. It was televised. I think Afia TV also televised the meeting with all the market leaders and all the market by the governor and with everybody there. What you agreed, you didn't do it. So why would the state now fold its hands and allow you to run on your own ill purpose? So
Okay.
it is for the good of them, of India Anambra, that that was done. It's not only in Pogo, we've seen it in the Nnewi, we understand, we've seen it in Onitsha, and any other place where such malpurpose is existing. We would also expect such action on them. My
Okay.
agency, for example,
Okay.
almost every day, particularly on Mondays, we go around and tell people to be in their workplace. We don't need to be telling them that. Monday is a work day. But to make the state move, to make the society effective, we have to be doing that. When we tell people, do we now tell people and eventually some people now go back and do whatever their intention is, particularly when it is unhelpful to the security of the land? Would you suggest that we do that? We clap for them, or applaud them, we dance for them? Is that what you want, Amaka?
Oh, no, it's normal. It's normal, Mr.
Normal,
Chuka.
sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
normal. Yeah.
Not really. Not really the dancing. Maybe an alternative. But if you say that's what the government is
Suggest
on
an
about,
alternative, my
okay.
suggest an alternative. Just tell me how you
I could send
will
you
listen.
alternatives much later after the show. But let's head to the
Okay.
demolition. We don't have all day, right? So last week, traders obtained a court injunction from Justice J.J. Weze of the Onitsha High Court, directing all parties to maintain the status quo pending a hearing fixed for March 16. And on Sunday, we saw that the governor proceeded to demolish shops and properties at a particular area at Onitsha Main Market. So we want to know, there's agitation. A lot of people have been against it, speaking against it. Don't you think that this is an executive overreach?
No, there's no executive overreach there. It is actually a communication hitch or glitch, I would
From whose
say.
end?
Social communication glitch. You know, there's disinformation, there's misinformation, there's also manipulation. It could be a skew. The truth is that the Onitsha Main Market have been up for renovation for almost over 2 decades now. Every time the traders will say, let us buy time. Every time they will want to buy time with one direction or the other. Onitsha, for clarity of purpose, that main market had been there. What evolved into the market had been there since the 16th century. But the modern version of that market, since 1952, when the government of the old Eastern region, the defunct Eastern region, reformed it and built it into a marketing, an arcade, an emporium, built it into an emporium with the purpose of making it be adaptable and usable for modern business transaction. And since that 1952, the economy of the entire southeast, of the entire eastern region, became the bastion of Nigeria's economy. And that Onitsha market became a go-to place for people who buy fast-selling consumer goods. Eventually, it became the largest market in sub-Saharan Africa, even in Africa. So it is a process that is developmentally ongoing. And after that, in the Second Republic, there was a proposal for that market to also be expanded by the old Anambra State,
Okay.
East Central State, sorry, and then Anambra State later. Even in the last dispensation of the Third Republic, there was a plan. Now, the government of Anambra had promised, and then the Anambra has encouraged him and urged him to go on to make Anambra a Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley. What is Dubai, my sister Norma? Dubai is a market, is a large, sprawling market arcade where people from all over the world come to buy their goods. You see shopping malls, you see arcades, you see emporia. You see it all, you see them all built within that space, and more continue to come up. Is it in this market that was built for purpose in 1952 through 1955 that you are now going to use for the Dubai, Taiwan of 2026? The government is doing this to make it continue to grow. And every time you have been served a purpose. Before I miss answering the vital point in your question.
Yes, please.
The demolition, the renovation that you referred to was ongoing, and they went to court to ask to get.
Yes, and the court said all parties should halt.
It was ongoing.
Yes.
It was ongoing. Not the language, and that's why I'm.
Yeah, it's ongoing, but we have the court saying stop. All parties should halt.
Then all parties are in court already also addressing the issue.
Yeah, but the governor went ahead to demolish when the court said until March 16. Like I mentioned, we are not trying to get out the fact that, yes, there have been a plan decades ago that, yes, for the refurbishing actually, but...
Yeah, it is not just a plan. It is an ongoing renovation exercise. It's not just that it is being conceptualized now. It is ongoing and in existence. Then you rush to stop a purpose. And the government, okay, we oblige you. It's obliged. Okay. And people are now saying this demolition. Go and check the footages you're seeing and begin to ask yourself, is somebody playing smart by half? The communication is not perfectly what it is.
Okay, so you are saying that the governor is right in what he went about doing, since that the project, the demolition is already ongoing, and they went to court, and the court said, halt, all parties should wait until this has been resolved. So what the court said does not hold water because the project demolition is already ongoing.
Good. And go and check the letters of that pronouncement and what was. Please read through it and you begin to get where I'm going.
Okay, so let us talk about... Okay, go ahead.
The question is, my sister, let me just help.
Yes.
By offering something.
Yes, please.
Anybody with an understanding of what helps a land or what will help Anambra would see that if this ongoing renovation is allowed to see its course, ultimately, all those traders in Main Market, all the people of Anambra, all the people of Southeast will be the best for it. They will be applauding the move.
True.
And you can't make omelette without breaking eggs. You crush eggs. You understand? It's so clear. There's always a time to build and a time to enjoy the building.
All right. Okay, so finally, Mr. Chuka, and we know that there is a compensatory framework that has been mapped out for demolished buildings. Why are some traders still aggrieved and agitated by the whole demolition? Is it a lack of communication? They don't know what to expect, or the compensatory framework that has been put together for them at the end of the day? Why are a lot of people still aggrieved because of the demolition and feel so isolated that when this whole thing is done, we'll not get our shops back, we'll not be able to feed into the market again? Is there a miscommunication there, that they don't know what is in for them at the end of the whole process, the end of the whole refurbishing?
I give it to you. You have even answered your question in the last bit of it. Of course.
Okay, what was the answer again?
The uncertainty about what will happen after. Let's be clear about it.
Okay.
Mind you, we didn't go even to look about the urban sanity and the letters of the law as regards somebody builds on a place that was originally meant for a park. Somebody builds on a place that was meant for be a drain, for the passage of a drain. Somebody builds on a space that is meant for greenery, and he turns about to be complaining. Meanwhile, he knows that he is in the foul of the law. He knew. The fact that he had been there for donkey years doesn't matter. The fact that he's doing it, and there were some officials or agencies that were in cahoot with him because he could sully their hands and they will look the other way. Doesn't matter. There's ultimately a day for the law. So most of those buildings were people who were in the foul of what the law of the land of Anambra State has stipulated. So most of those people who are also in anxiety as regards what will happen to them, of course, they know what they agreed. Everything you agreed will be paid to you. But those who don't have any locus, who don't have any standing for arguing, like those who are on drains, who are already built, who have built on the parks, those people should not be expecting something. Today, that is it, my sister. There will be compensation, definitely. Everywhere the government of Anambra, particularly the government of Professor Chukwuma Soludo, had built, anywhere there have been structures.
Hello, sir.
I'm property. Yeah, hello, I'm listening.
And I hear you with everything that you have said. And what I would say at the end of the day is that we pray for a better Anambra, a better Onitsha Main Market, and everything will be resolved. And also pray that parties involved in all of this would act within the provision of the law. Thank you very much, Mr. Chuka Nabife.
Thank you.
Yes.
It is all for a greater Anambra.
Of course it is.
And it will manifest as we see it.
True, it would. It would. Thank you very much. We have been speaking to Sir Chuka Nabife. He's Managing Director of Anambra State Civic and Social Reformation Office. He's the fellow of the Nigerian Guild of Editors and an author of 6 books. Thank you very much, Mr. Chuka. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking with us today on Eastern Business Report, and the Afia Business Morning returns tomorrow. Many thanks for listening. Afia comes up next. My name is Unomaniwene. Bye for now.